Hey guys, welcome to Coaching with Chris. How are you? Man, I am loving summer, getting through a couple things here. Longest days of the year. This is super fun. I love this time of the year. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to go into depression when it starts to be dark. When I go home for work and it's dark as I get to work. But anyways, I'm going to enjoy this time. Look, we're entering into a new thing here. We're entering into the circus. I don't know if you've heard about the circus, but we're on the big circus challenge. If you haven't tried the circus, it's super hard. It's super tough. It grows momentum. So make sure, send me a message, DM. I'll get you all of the tricks to do the circus, which is 3 days, 100 calls each day, 3 days in a row. It's a monster. It's a monster. It's not easy. But hey, either is 75 hard. And that is definitely something that I've seen a lot of my clients and coworkers be able to implement and do all the time. You can do the circus too. I promise. I'm excited to bring my next guest. Let me tell you something. I'm going to get to know her as you're going to get to know her because I got referred to her by a really good friend, Todd Bitter. He's like, you guys got to meet. You guys would share a passion for closing, a passion for the coaching business, a passion for the mortgage business. Neither one of us, we've been around for a long, long time, never knew each other. And so today I have my privilege to be able to have, I hope I don't screw this up, Jen, but Jen Du Plessis. I hope I said that right. I think I still screwed it up. Welcome to Coaching with Chris. And by the way, if our audio cuts in and out, hang with us for a second. It's like pouring down rain for the next, 5 or 6 hours?
Yeah, in Virginia, in Northern Virginia. We have what lovely day, but we need it. We need it badly.
We need it right now. So we're like praying for rain. So I'm glad you guys are getting it. By the way, Virginia is a special place for us because we're one of the few companies that offer Virginia housing for brokers.
Cool.
That's an opportunity for a broker to be able to have like a little feather in their cap. And so we were blessed that Virginia let us do that and let us provide that opportunity.
Oh my gosh, I used to do VHDA loans in that teaching, the course, teaching at the centers and stuff. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. I love that you said the solstice. My husband and I were on our boat on Sunday, and we were out from 2 until 9. The sun set at 8:37 or something like that, and we were like, oh, and it just feels like summer got started, right? We finally got great weather, and we're like, no, it can't. But so be it. We have to move to Costa Rica. It's 5 a.m. to 5 p.m, 365 days a year. That's it.
I have some friends that go there for the winter. They absolutely love it there.
I love it there too.
And I'm like, okay, all right. Well, I'm pretty Scottsdale committed, but maybe this might be the place. So I know that both of us been around mortgage for a very, very long time. The last time we talked a little bit about your journey, I think you were heading in the vehicle and heading on a trip.
Probably.
To see your family. But as members or people listening to Coaching with Chris today, tell us a little bit about your mortgage journey.
Yeah. So first of all, I retired from lending 10 years ago.
Okay.
So I'm no longer in lending. Now, the funny thing about that is that I have a real estate investing company. I do some real estate coaching, meaning I coach people investing in real estate. And I have a private equity firm where I lend money to real estate investors. So I'm kind of still in it in that sense.
You were in it.
But I'm also coaching loan officers, realtors, and then other business owners, because what I coach on is not specific to, to lending. And when I need to jump into the lending answers, I jump into the lending answers. But yeah, so I spent 35 years in lending. During that time, I was in the top 205 times. I've funded over $1 billion, generated over 400 million in revenue, and did that all with 22 relationships, 22 partners. And we'll see where that goes today. It doesn't matter if we talk about that or not, because we can talk about a lot of things. And I have the longest running podcast in the mortgage space called Mortgage Lending Mastery. We just celebrated 15 years in January.
Wow. You were doing podcasts before podcast was even cool yet.
I didn't even know what it was when I started. I just said, there's this thing, let's try it. Maybe I could answer questions on it. And of course, at that time, it was audio only. I did it with my earphones,
Sure.
my cell phone in my closet because I felt that was the best. We didn't even have microphones. We weren't talking about microphones.
No.
And you can hear my dog scratching in the background, trying to get in my closet, and it was all monologues. So I simply answered questions to people who were asking me, questions because I was in the top 200. Or others know, you start getting a lot of questions, and it also propelled my speaking, and that's where I'm at today. So, yeah.
I mean, you just gave me a pile of questions, by the way, so thank you for that. But
You're welcome.
the most impressive thing that you said is I did it all with 22 partners.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are so many loan officers out there wanting to shoot shotguns and not rifles. And
Yeah.
you shot at a particular market or with a particular partners. Like, let's walk through that for a sec. What a great topic. And by the way, if you have questions, make sure you put them in the comments. We'll make sure we
Yeah.
answer them. But
I'll open that.
yeah, 22 partners. Like, walk us through that.
Yeah. So, you know what? And this is what I coach on right now, which is the shift from hustle to harmony. Now, I'm going to paraphrase this because this is my story too. This is where I was, and I'm sure a lot of people are in this place. But I wanted harmony so badly. So if you're feeling like, oh, I want harmony really bad, but everyone's saying you have to answer phone calls really fast, you have to go to all the networking, you have to do the thing, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, and you have to, like, all these things that we're being told we have to do, that we're afraid to move from hustle. We want the harmony, but if we move from hustle, we won't make any money. So I was typing harmony, and every time I typed harmony, I had typed harmony, because hey, we're in the mortgage business, so every time we type anything, it's 500,000, not 5,000, right? We always type these big numbers, and I'm typing harmony, and I'm fixing it, and then I'm typing harmony, and I'm fixing it, and then I realized, wow, this is a God wink. You can have harmony and money. And that's when I decided, to set out on this path and at that time I was producing 50 million a year. I was in the top 1%. But by the time I figured this out and created it, and you know how it is a lot of times in our industry, people keep things close to the vest.
Oh, yeah.
They want to share, right? I've learned that I should share everything because most people won't do anything. True. Right.
I always say everybody's addicted to learning. They're allergic to implementing.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Yes, that is totally it. And it's consumption, right? It's consumption. And, when I figured it out, I got this box in the mail, and I was doing my thing. I figured it out. I got this box in the mail. I opened it up, and there it was, top 200 loan officers in the country. And of course, we're all competitive. So I'm not one, I'm not two. And I'm going, where am I? This is a mistake. And I was at 178 that year. And I had funded 102 million. And after that, I never funded less than 102 million, So I learned that there's got to be a better way to do this. This is what I wanted to do, is there has to be a better way to do this. And it doesn't have to be that I'm everyone's beck and call girl or guy. It doesn't mean that you have to be on demand. It is that you're in demand. A key difference.
I like
that. A key difference. I'm not on demand anymore. And I wasn't for years, but I wasn't on demand. I was in demand, and I served my top tier like I was on demand, but I didn't serve everybody like that. And that was by choice, right?
Yeah.
So I realized that I was doing all the activities. I call it eating soup with a fork. Let that set in. You're busy all day long. You're doing all these activities, but you're not full. You're not fulfilled. Your pocket's not full. And I thought, that there's got to be a better way to do this. And really, all I wanted to do was work 5 days a week and not 7, and still do 50 million. That was my goal. I just wanted my time back. ultimately I worked 4 days a week. I probably work less than that now. And I have 4 companies, right? Because I figured it out. And I call it cracking the top producer code.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So I knew that I didn't need everybody. I just needed the right people.
So out of the 22 relationships where they were all referral partners, are you talking 22 realtors or are you talking 22
Oh,
mixed?
that's such a great question. There were 4 realtors.
Okay.
4, that's it. So I'm realtor adverse. I cannot understand. And if you look statistically at this, and I get that everybody, calls realtors and how you doing? What did you do over the weekend? Let's, money making Monday. I hear it all the time. They're great individuals. They're not great business people.
Okay.
And if the average realtor, what's the average realtor making these days? 30,000, maybe less than. They had only one deal, right? Some only had one deal. Now the market's changing this year. I get that, but they've only had one or less than 5 deals, closings or people they were serving every year. And yet we're chasing these people to get them and to give an opportunity. So when they have 5 opportunities that come up, let's say they have 10 and they only close half of them, or let's say they have 15 and they only close half, then you got to know your numbers. What are the odds that you're going to be getting a referral from that person? So why are you chasing them?
Right.
Keep them engaged, keep them in your database, but they're going to be, so I look at it as this. I used to share this all the time is it's a cake, right? At the bottom of my cake. And this is funny because year after year, the numbers were almost identical. 33%, it would be 34.1, it would be 33 point whatever, but it was always 33. Bottom tier, my 22. Second tier, my client, my past clients. I call them alumni clients because in our industry, we say past clients and we go to a closing. So we close the casket on the relationship, and I think they've passed away.
Right.
So I call them alumni because what do alumni do? They tell everybody about it and they're excited and you have to go. And then they give their money back to us too, either in the form of a referral or they refi with us, right? Or get more mortgages. Right. And so
you call them alumni clients, not past.
That's right, because I think PASSED, passed away clients, right? But call them alumni. So I had my core referral partners, then I had my alumni, and then I had my other types of partners that weren't my base, just other insurance and financial planners, divorce attorneys, you name it, and home services. And then on the top, think about this cake. It's now been frosted and you're going to sprinkle some stuff on it. This was those realtors that call you right before you go to church on Sunday because they have to have a pre-approval letter. They won't give you the time of day until they need it, right? It was them. And so, but if we live our career focused on the sprinkles and only the sprinkles, then we're not going to be as successful. You aren't going to be as successful than when you slow it down to speed it up.
I could totally see you doing a talk and making this cake at the same time.
Yeah, except I don't eat sweets, so I have to think of something else.
Yeah, well, I didn't say you had to eat it, but the visual of you putting sprinkles on top of that cake's pretty cool because I think a lot of us could relate to the Sunday, the Saturday night call, drop everything, I need it right now type of thing, which goes back to your statement on demand or in demand. Piece.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm thinking about these sprinkles. Let me tell you a couple of things about that. When the market's hot, you get more sprinkles and you think you've made it. When the market's not, you're like, where are the sprinkles? Where are the sprinkles, right? So it's not to rely on the market ever. The core on the bottom is to rely on life events. Because people get divorced, people have babies, people pass away, people inherit. Inherit? Yeah, they inherit things. Regardless of whether the market is hot or not, whether inventory is high or low, whether the rates are high or low, it doesn't matter. They will always be doing business. And so I went after the people that are attached to life events.
Yeah.
And a few 4 realtors who got it, who got it and understood it. So that's part of it. The other thing about on demand, I got out of mass one time and I had a phone call. That's why I use that example. I got this phone call from a realtor who I thought was a real fun realtor. And we had this Christian Bond too. And we had, Dave Ramsey Bond.
Mhm.
And I called her and I said, hey, I just got out of mass. I'm sorry I didn't get your call. And she goes, that's okay. I already gave it to somebody else. And I thought, okay, I'm done with you. I mean, for me, I was done. I work with people that complement and not complicate. Period. End of story. Period.
That's a good saying.
End
Yeah.
of story. I was done with her. Right. And we had done business, but here she is, a Christian, understanding that I go to church every week. Are you kidding me? Then the other opposing is, hey, I need a letter. And you're at a baseball game and you're like, I got to go back to the office. I got to go back to, I'm going to sit in the car and watch the baseball game while I'm on my computer, blah, 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 right? Do it. And we've all done this, right?
Mhm.
You've done it. And you're doing the letter and you send the letter and they're like, oh, thanks. We're not making the offer until Monday or today's Friday. So we put ourselves on demand without asking a simple question. When do you need it? Sure. When do you need it? Sure. When do you need it? You got it. When do you need it? Right.
We guess when they need it.
Yeah. And we put these demands on ourselves, which creates the hustle.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're coaching a lot. You're coaching in the mortgage, real estate, and other businesses.
Mhm.
What in this particular market today, what do you see is the biggest problems with loan officers, and what are you doing to coach and solve?
Yeah. You know what? It's almost like it's been around for 1,000 years, right? It's the differentiating. It is still the differentiating that I'm seeing problems with. It's what makes you so special? Why you? And if
Yeah.
someone, and I don't even know that realtors are asking the question. They're not going, oh, hey, sure, I'll meet you, but why should I send business to you? And I'm afraid what people will say, like, well, my rates are great and we'll close on time and it'll be smooth. And
Yeah.
that's just old news, people.
Yeah.
It's so old news. I can't even remember the last time I said something like that. But that nobody cares about that. You can get a mortgage anywhere. It's the same conveyor belt, but what's different is how you treat them during that conveyor belt. I have something called the momentum multiplier. It's 7 different things you can do to turn one loan into 11. One loan into 11. Why would you not want to multiply your results from the existing client you have? And instead, we get so trapped into get it through the loan, get it through. And we miss all of these opportunities that are in there for us to manifest, I'll use that, create, right? Develop opportunities within the transaction that we're already doing so that it doesn't feel like a transaction to the client.
Yeah.
And so it's what do we do differently that is, uniquely us? And I mean, if you can tell from this, and I was hoping for some comments because I love questions.
Sure.
But
The problem is most people listen to this and not watch this.
yeah. Okay,
And
then
I got to change
I'm
it.
gonna have some more water.
You can have you have whatever you need.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, and being able to say, for example, I'm known as the business scaling architect. Okay. That's what I do is I help people scale. I help them create teams. I help them create people around them so that they can scale. I remember someone said to me one time, well, the only reason you did 102 million is because you have a team. And I went, duh.
Duh.
Why would you want to do it all yourself? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Right? Duh. And so that's what I focus on is building world-class teams, acting as a leader and not a manager or not doing it yourself. I have a motto in my company, which is stop working in and on your business so you can live above and beyond it. And so I had graduated myself as a loan officer into the above and beyond, right? I started having another business. I started speaking. I started coaching other people. And then I kind of came back in and said, hi, I'm the talking head. Is there anything anybody needs? Or I have a new idea. And maybe I chose to go in and chose to work on, but it wasn't my daily job to do it. And so I can say that I'm the business scaling architect. My degree's in architecture, so I get to say that too. But right, but I can also say and I have said this, and it's on my sizzle reel. I'm the world's expert in building world-class teams. Okay, now I can say that because the way I deliver it is so unique and so different from any other person who says that I have the right to say that. And I feel that every loan officer should have the right to say, I'm the world's best loan officer because of the way that I deliver. How I do it, no one does it like me. Okay, no one does it like me. Yes, there's a conveyor belt, but no one will have you feel the way you feel after working with me. And everybody could say that same thing, that same exact thing, the client experience, not the process, the client experience. You want to create a revolving door of opportunities because they're so excited about the experience they have with you. And only you can deliver that experience in a unique way. And that's what makes you unique. And simply saying, hey, it's my client experience. That's why you want to choose me, because I'm going to create an experience like no other. And it will be like no other.
Yeah, I love that. I also love that. I hope everybody caught this is experience and process are two different things. Process of how you do the loan and your experience that you give the client.
Right.
Your process is not experience.
Yeah. Well, look at a doctor. You could have the best heart surgeon in the world, and if he has horrible bedside manner, you're going to talk badly about him.
True.
It's process. That's what the process is. No one cares that your rates are great. No one cares that you're going to deliver on time. Those are expected, right? Those are expected. What they are looking for is that client experience. And again, that's where those momentum multipliers, like, what are you going to do to help the client through the transaction, the process, to make them feel like they're the only person you're working with. And we got to the point where we were closing 82 loans a month. That was our average, 82 loans a month. And every single one of our clients felt like they were the only client.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal for sure. So go back to the team once. I feel like a lot of listeners listening, or the questions that I get from a lot are, when should I hire and who is my first hire?
I get asked this a lot. And if you've ever read the E-Myth says to hire an assistant. I don't believe in that. It is hiring what you need. The thing is that all of us come into this industry, sans a few people that get out of college or high school and all of a sudden they're a loan officer. Right. But all of us come in with a different set of experiences. And so our DNA, our business DNA is a little different. So it's not a one size fits all. So I'm not going to be able to say, here's your first hire. Right. We all have this different DNA. Some of us are people. And some of us are tech people. We're better at tech. We can maneuver through AI and uploading loans and fixing a problem and maneuvering LP and DU. Others are people, and they have a terrible time with that. So maybe it's a business development officer who helps break the ice for you. I had a loan officer who worked for me. I worked for Dave Stevens, and hopefully you all remember Dave. He was a friend of mine, and close friend of mine for over 40 years. But I worked for him a long time ago. And, it was important for us, I think, to learn. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about before that made me think? Now I'm thinking of Dave.
Well, we're talking about teams and the design of teams. And then we were also talking about
like your first hire. Yeah, your first hire and how you come in. I was working with a loan officer. Yeah, so I was a regional manager for a company that he and I worked together. And I had this loan officer who plays golf. So you can kind of get the idea. He's like I don't play golf. Quiet golf guy. Okay.
Okay.
And I know you do. I see it in the back. But he said, and he was really, really good at relationships. Now he owns a title company that he and my husband started. And he said, "Oh, I'm really, really good at relationship. If only they could know how good I am." And I go, "Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem." He couldn't shake a hand. He just couldn't go to a network event. He was a wallflower, right? Or I call them sloths. And we have skunks and sloths and stuff in all of our networking. He was a sloth. He just kind of sat in the corner, kind of moved slow, had a cocktail. And I'm like, well, and he ended up being a top producer, which gave him the funds to take his Beyond to be a title company. And yeah, so it was really good. But I said, look, you got to be able to meet people. You have to be able, to stick your hand out and, connect with people. But it's a sifting and sorting process,
Right.
But so for him, what we decided to do is he wasn't going to hire a BD. What he was going to do was find a partner to go to every networking event with him. So now he was on a mission to find networking partners. Let me find a networking partner, right? So he would go, "Hey, I'm going to this event. You want to come with me?" And it was more like a pacifier, like, "I need the pacifier, right? I need this, or my teddy bear to come with me." And because he had a buddy, he learned to become like that. He never ended up being fully like that, but he learned to be. So the solution was not to hire someone, but to find a buddy. I have another client who guess who her first hire is? A house manager. She's struggling and freaking out with all this chaos. I'm managing the kids. I have a phone call. I have to get back to this realtor who only called me once every 3 years, and all this stuff. And I said, what we need to do is hire a house manager for you. We need to have them make the meals. We need to have them pick up the kids. We need to have them do laundry, make the beds, go do the running around, go the thing, so that you can work and spend time with your family. Work and spend time with your family.
That's great.
So, I'm not sure who anyone's specific hire would be. I would say that, and definitely an assistant is good, but it could be somebody else. Just know that it could be. But in the context of a mortgage practice, yeah, it's definitely an assistant to do the things that, here's the thing. When you begin, and we all know this magic number 5 to 7 loans, right? But when you begin, you can do everything from A to Z perfect, and you're delivering a great client experience, which is why you are increasing your volume.
Right.
Because you are involved in everything. That's the me stage. And that's the in. I'm in my business. It's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. The on is you start managing some other people. You outsource some things, maybe AI, maybe something, right? To do things for you more efficiently. The above is when you can tether yourself away from your practice every day to only work on lead generation activities, on getting the business in, because now your team is empowered, not enabled. I got to go back because now I got to fix this. I got to go back. Sorry, I can't have this meeting, have to go back. So your team then becomes empowered. It allows you to stay out and do what you love best, which is connecting with people. Most loan officers love connecting with people and creating relationships and playing golf with people and going on boats with people and going networking with people, right? That's what we really love to do. But you can't go from me to that. There's a step there, right? There's a step that has to be created, and it includes systems, right? Can't be in your head. So when you can do A to Z perfectly, and all of a sudden your business starts getting larger, then what happens is you start failing in your own system, but you don't see it. So you try to bring on, right? I always call it finger pointing. They were awful versus I was awful. Thumb pointing, right? They were awful. I thought they would do this job. Well, you never taught them how to do the job with you. Title is one thing, but at a specific company with its rules, regulations, compliance, mission, vision, and your mission, vision, rules, regulations, you have to train them how to do that. And so what happens is eventually you're not acting or functioning at 100% capacity. You're now actually functioning at 60, 50, 60. And then you have more hustle, more stress, because you're not being able to get to all the things. And there's your sign.
Yeah.
there's your sign that you need to have them do those things that at one time, it's called the hedgehog theory. I call it trifecta of success. Doing what you love to do, doing what you're really good at, and doing what makes the best money. Now, I was an underwriter. I think I told you that.
Yeah.
My FHA underwriting number was A421. Go look at your underwriter's numbers now. A421. I was one of the first delegated underwriters. And people would pile up files on my desk when I was a manager, a senior manager, executive manager, all the pieces. And when I was an originator, would pile them on my desk and say, when are you coming in? Because we need you to look at tax returns for us. And my ego was, yeah, I love to do it. I'm really good at it. But then I realized in the 10 to 20 minutes it took me for each one, I could be on the phone selling another loan that was $3,000 to $12,000. And I stopped. I go, look, you all need to learn how to do it. It's not my responsibility anymore, right? Go to your underwriting manager.
Right. Right.
So, it's just not everybody's the same. You're not the same. That's what you have to understand is you're unique, the way you deliver things, the way you explain things, the way you create relationships, the way your system is. All of these lead up to you being this very, very unique person. And that's still the biggest challenge today. Now, I also think we have AI burnout. I'm seeing it now where it's random acts of AI. I'll just use it when I, instead of making it, a specific process for your company. And I outsource that to one of my colleagues who sets that up for people.
Okay.
And because that's not my specialty. I mean, I use AI, I use Claude, I love it all. And he had set it up for me too. I have one person who works for me and then a web designer. That's it. I have an operations manager and a web designer. And I'm running a 7-figure coaching business.
Well,
lean and mean, baby.
Lean and mean. I love lean and mean. What advice would you give to a starting loan officer today that you wish you would have done in the beginning of your career?
Okay. Well, I have to take myself back because the beginning of my career is a little different. So number one, I never give advice and I never give opinion. I will always give counsel. Counsel comes from experience. Okay. And it's like sand in the hand, right? When you go to the beach, you lift up sand, some of it falls through. You just simply say, thank you. The rest of it, you take and you go. You don't, but it. You don't, but I tried it. But you just take what resonates and you go with it. Right. I mean, this is kind of hard. Again, it's a DNA thing because the first thing that came to mind for me, Chris, was, I was an underwriter. I started out in the business as a processor like most women did way back. And I was an underwriter for 9 years. And when I went to become a loan officer and then subsequently went into management, when I became a loan officer, and then I went back to loan officer.
You went loan officer, manager, back to loan officer?
Well, because I was I used to work for World Savings, and what I sold when I started in the business was NAGAM loans, not options loans. We call them NAGAM because that's what they were.
I sold a lot of World Savings.
I was number 2 in the country out of 1,500 loan officers.
Wow.
Right. And I was 27. Coffee loans. Cozy loans came out later, right?
We called it the dream loan.
Oh, the dream loan. Yeah, later it came out to be the dream loan. And I used to just call it's negatively amortizing unless you make a different payment. It's up to you. So is your credit card, by the way. Your credit card is negatively amortizing every month if you make the minimum payment. So it's a choice. It's a financial choice, right? But because I came out as an underwriter, and I think I mentioned this when we were driving on the road. Remember where I was driving? I just said I'm a roaming underwriter. So I had this huge advantage that every loan that I took in was going to get approved.
So you found your niche.
I found my niche there, right? Then, and I love niches. So that would be the first thing, but that's my DNA. If I were coming in and didn't have that, my focus would be on having adult conversations with other adults, not coming in with your your tin toolbox of everything. And it's like, here they come, here they come. And you're throwing everything at them. You show up, you throw up, and then they're like, no, I don't want to work with you. Or you walk away and you think, yeah, ooh, that was great. And you don't know that they couldn't stand you. You didn't have an agreement. And you wait and hope and wish and wonder, why aren't they calling me? Right. And we all know no, like, trust. Let me give you a new one. No, respect, trust, refer. No, respect,
Good.
trust,
I'm going to
refer.
write that down. So
No, respect, trust, refer. So realtors know what you do. They may like you. They'll say hi to you when you, oh, hi. Now they're never going to get to trust, which allows for referrals. We forget the referral part. They'll never get to trust, which allows for referrals unless
respect.
they know who you are, not what you do. So the pure fact that you go, hi, I'm a loan officer and you like me, so give me business, tells me you'll never get business because they don't know who you are. You've just placed yourself in commodity world. I'm just like the guy down the street, but knowing who you are. So I'll tell you another quick story. So there's this guy, and I don't know if he's watching, we'll find out one day, Vinny Apostolico. He's still around. I see him once in a while. Vinny Apostolico, I was doing NAGAM loans, but I wasn't a retail loan officer. They called it a PMB, a preferred mortgage broker. Okay. And that was wholesale, kind of. It was kind of like that. I wasn't correspondent. But it was a weird way of doing it. But I would go to all these mortgage companies and I'm going, wait a minute, you've got all these loan options. You've got this loan and that loan and this loan and that loan. And all I have is NAGAM. And our fixed rates came out once a month and I never did a fixed rate loan ever because they were so high. So like, you got all these options and you're only closing 2 loans a month. All I do is NAGAM and I'm closing 15 to 20 a month. Right. And I'm going, there's something wrong with this. This niche piece is, super powerful. But I happened to come into the office one day, and back then we had wallets that had pictures in them. Do you remember that? All our pictures. Yeah. And all those pictures, and we'd show people, oh, this is my son. And I happened to be talking to the operations manager in this one office, and I say, oh yeah, these are my kids, and aren't they cute? And blah blah blah. And Vinny Apostolico pushes himself out of his office and grabs onto the walls of his door, leans back in his chair, and he goes, hey, you have kids? I said, yeah, I have 2. Why? And he goes, now, forgive my language. He's like, hell, Jen, if I had known you had kids, I would have given you business a long time ago. I thought you were some young chick out there spending your money and waste your money at partying on the weekends. When you're done talking to Connie, come in and talk to me.
What?
Who I am, not what I do. And time and again, that's happened. We need to not see if someone's a good fit. We need to discover if there's a complement for us to work together. I'm really big on language, right? Phrases and stuff. I don't want, hey, let's see if we should have some coffee and see if we're a good fit. No. Hey, I'd like to explore the opportunity for us to determine if we are a good complement for one another. It's not one-sided. This is a relationship. And I realized that and went, ooh, so what do you think I did? I walked around with my wallet in my hand. Hey, have you seen my kids? Have you seen my kids?
Have you seen my kids?
Right. Because I was this really pretty young, girl. And, I was runner-up Miss Colorado. I was like this really pretty woman. And, and I thought I had to be professional in a man's world and wear my, shoulder things. And, I never talk about my family. I only talk about work. And, and Dave taught me all that. I learned all my sales skills from Dave. So it was great. But yeah, so it's all about uniqueness. If there's an umbrella for what we're talking today is you've got to be yourself. You have to have adult conversations with people to learn who they are. Yeah. To learn so they can learn who you are. To learn about their goals. Them learn about your goals. It's not one-sided. Seeing where that common interest is in supporting each other, grow your business. And so this goes across all businesses, right?
Yeah.
This is not just lending, this is everybody. So if you're hearing this, right, as you're hearing this as a loan officer, this is what you should be talking to your realtors about. You want to have a seminar, a webinar, right? A roundtable, a business circle, a networking night, anything that you're having with your realtors is, hey, let's have a real conversation. I'm not going to bring my toolbox. Well, maybe I will. I'll bring my toolbox. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to listen. And I'm going to ask questions. And I'm going to follow through. Yeah, that sounds good. Curious. Why does that happen? And then I'm going to dig in and I'm going to pull out the right tool. This might be something. I've identified 53 ways that we can collaborate.
What? 53?
53 ways to collaborate. Most can tell me 2 or 3. I've had a few people tell me 7, but I have 53 ways that you're an entrepreneur. You are a business owner. You get that? You're an entrepreneur. You work inside of a company, but you are commissioned. You are a business owner. 53 ways that you can collaborate with everybody you meet. Then on top of that are the mortgage ways. I have business boosters. There's like 17 of them, 17 different ways that loan officers can boost business through realtors. This is realtor specific on top of that. So there's endless ways.
So you've just dropped a lot of amazing nuggets, Jen, which I love. How do they get connected to you? Like, first of all, let's go back and talk about your podcast, which is called
Mortgage Lending Mastery. It's not client facing, it's becoming a master in the mortgage business. So go ahead.
Are you on all of the pieces so they can easily find you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just Spotify, YouTube, Apple. I'm on 185 different platforms, which I don't even need to be. It's silly because everybody goes to YouTube and Spotify nowadays, not even really Apple, but all 3 of those. Of course you can find me. Mm-hmm.
And then you have a coaching program. If they wanted more interest, if they wanted to investigate to see, hey, could I be a fit with Jen? Or maybe I want to hire Jen to speak to my company. How do I get connected to you to get more questions or see if they're a fit?
Yeah. Jen, 1 N. I'm a 1 N Jen. 2 N's are they're not as fun as 1 N's.
Okay.
JEN, right? Jen at jenduplessis.com. Jen at jenduplessis.com. And I'll put it in the private chat for you. Well, you have it. You have my email.
I have it. I'll make sure I get it in there.
Yeah, that's it. I answer my emails. So, just contact me directly. Listen to the podcast. Go back to several years. We lost some of our podcasts. We have over 1 million views now. We have they're showing now 854 episodes, but we lost several of them when I changed a platform and they didn't get pulled over. So we're over 1,000. And I have 2 other podcasts as well. I'm actually have a 3rd coming up, a 4th. And it's not me. My name says lady because I am knighted. I'm knighted in a royal house, just like what's his name? Elton John. Sir Elton John was knighted by the Queen of England, and he became Sir. I was knighted by another royal house. There's 74 of them in the world, and so so they've asked me to start a podcast called The Sword and Scepter. And so I said, yes, I will do it, but I won't be the only interviewer because I don't want to be tied to my desk all day long. I believe in living my legacy while I build it, not building a legacy and hope I can live to live it. Right.
Yeah.
So, that's the best way to get in touch. And listen, here's the thing, Chris, you've been on it or you're about to be on it. I can't remember what we've done yet. We'll figure it out. No, I think you're about to be on it too.
I think, coming up.
Yeah, we have you scheduled. And I love interviewing loan officers. I love interviewing real estate agents. If you want to do something really nice for your realtor, have them on the show, introduce them to me. Let me see if they're, a good compliment for us. But that's a great way for your realtor to spread the word in their community that there's somebody who's been on a podcast. It's a great way for you to do it. When a realtor says, why you? And you say, hey, watch this podcast. Here's a way, right?
No more great way to give a realtor honor is to be able to refer Something like
That's
that.
one of the 17 ways. Find a podcast for them to be highlighted, find a stage for them to be highlighted, find a summit for them to be a speaker. They will eat that up. And yeah, it's what can I do for you, not what can you do for me? And this is another quick thing. I hear this all the time. I'm checking in. Take that out of your vocabulary. You're touching base. Okay? Not checking in, you're touching base. Never I'm following up. Because following up is, are you going to send me business? Are you going to send me business? Right? Following through is, I promised I would do this for you. I'm following through to make sure you received it. And how is it going?
Love that.
Follow through, not follow up.
That's good.
Plus, follow up, we always use F/U in our acronym world of lending. And it just says something, right? Follow through is a little different. FT.
I love FT better. Closing today, by the way, thank you for being on this. This meant the world to me.
Thank you. I love talking about ways to help people. Yeah, it gives me so much joy.
What are you most excited about in the mortgage industry in the next 6 to 12 months as we close here?
It's kind of a double-edged sword. I'm really excited because the market's loosening up and there will be more opportunities for people. The question is, are you ready? Here's something to write down. Your future is a series of nows.
Yes.
What are you doing today to ensure that when the market pops, because it's sizzling, but when it starts boiling, right, and it gets to 212 degrees and creates steam, and that creates motion.
Yep.
When it gets to that point, will you be prepared? Yes. Or will you just wing it? Like maybe you did during COVID. It was my best year ever. No, the market gave it to you.
Yes, that's right.
Because I talked to tons of people in 2019. There was like, I don't know if I want to stay in it. I don't know. And there's like, oh, I'm staying in because I got another opportunity. And they always say what luck is where opportunity and preparedness meet, right? I'm paraphrasing it. Can't do other people's quotes very well. But are you going to be ready? So that every opportunity that comes your way, and refis too, because people have grown out of their houses, they'll eventually let go of those 3.5% rates and stuff. But will you be prepared, or will the servicer get the business? Or will someone else get that business? You work so hard for the relationship. Pull them in. That's why they're the second tier. Pull them in. Touch base with them. Not check in, touch base with them and be prepared. The great Les Brown says this. I was fortunate enough to be on his speaking faculty and travel with him and speak on stages with him. And he says this: if you'll do what's hard, your life will be easy. But if you do what's easy, your life will be hard.
So true.
And I learned this. I told him, hey, there's nothing easy about what I'm doing. Everything I'm doing is really hard. So how come my life isn't easy, right? And he said, you have to do the hard thing for a short time so that your life can be easy. And that means stop skimming, dig in, have adult conversations, figure out what your systems are, figure out where the gaps are in your practice, figure out where your sales skills aren't quite there, figure out where you're selling the steak and not the sizzle, right? Yeah. Figure out where your follow through falls through. Do the hard work so that the rest of it can be easy. Because I have to tell you, at the end of my career, the last 5-6 years, I spent most of my time traveling and speaking at mortgage companies, mortgage conferences, obviously in Vegas several times. Barry and I traveled a lot. And that's what I spent my time doing, because I did all the hard work in the beginning.
Yeah.
Early on, I didn't get it, but now I got it. And I flew without even being there.
Wow. That's so cool. Thank you for being on Coaching with Chris. Guys, if you enjoy this, please like and share, comment, and also make sure you go check out Jen. She's doing an amazing job, amazing podcast, amazing coaching, and refer maybe a really good realtor that you think could be a good fit.
Or yourself, if you think you would be great on the show, and you have a story to tell. We want to hear from everybody and anybody. So maybe it's your financial advisor. right? The guy you're working with, and you want to put him, maybe it's people in your BNI who could be great on mortgage lending mastery, because again, you are an entrepreneur. So I bring in people that talk about social media, people that talk about AI limited, people that talk about mindset work, about productivity, about relationship building, right? All of the pieces you need to be a master at what you're doing.
Love that. Love that. Thank you, Jen. Have a great day.
Thank you.